If your phone was blowing up this weekend with texts from family and friends asking, "Have you seen the news out of Mexico?" you're not alone. Between the military operations, the highway blockades, the burning cars, the flight cancellations, the headlines look terrifying for anyone planning a retirement down in Mexico. But on this channel, we don't make life-changing relocation decisions based on cable news panic. We base them on the GeoPension framework. We rely on data, not drama. Here is the unvarnished reality. Mexico is not dead for retirees, but the hurdles are getting significantly higher. We are currently looking at two massive strikes against the classic Mexican retirement dream. Strike one. Mexico is actively pricing out fixed-income Americans with soaring financial requirements just to qualify for a basic temporary residency visa. In early 2026, you need around $4,300 in monthly income to get the visa. That alone makes Mexico a no-go for many retirees with only Social Security or a modest pension. Strike two, the February cartel violence. While expats are rarely direct targets of this violence, the resulting infrastructural crossfire, the lockdown airports, burning cars on the highway, torched convenience stores, and suspended public transit, it's a massive quality of life issue you cannot ignore. But this isn't a reason to write off an entire country. Every nation on Earth, including the US and Canada, has dangerous areas. Moving abroad means your micro-location is everything. You aren't just picking a country, you have to pick the right city and the exact right neighborhood. Because of these mounting hurdles in Mexico, we have for months been actively expanding our scouting map. If you're feeling uneasy about the Riviera Maya or the Central Highlands of Mexico right now, here are the three major alternative destinations nearby that you need to be researching today. Let's start just down the map in Central America. Costa Rica has been an established expat haven for decades, offering incredible nature and a very stable democracy. And the country is really diverse. You can choose the sun-drenched beachside lifestyle of the Guanacaste province, or head inland to the Central Valley highlands where the weather is cooler and the infrastructure is deeply developed. But the real heavyweight in this region for retirees right now is Panama. In fact, Panama just reclaimed the #1 spot as the world's best place to retire in International Living's 2025 Global Retirement Index. Panama is relatively very safe, uses the US dollar, and offers one of the greatest lifelines for fixed-income expats on the planet, the Pensionado visa. If you can prove a verifiable pension of at least $1,000 a month, or $1,250 for a couple, Panama rolls out the red carpet. You get sweeping government-mandated discounts like 20% off medical consultations and 25% off power bills and restaurant meals. Panama City is as cosmopolitan as Miami, with world-class healthcare and non-stop flights to numerous cities in the US and Canada. But if you don't want the heat, look at the highlands town of Boquete. Sitting at an elevation of 3,900 feet, Boquete boasts a gorgeous eternal spring climate and one of the most established, welcoming expat communities in all of Latin America. To top it all off, in the past year, several hospitals in Panama have begun accepting Medicare and the VA's TRICARE insurance plans for direct billing for medical emergencies. This means no more paying up front if you have an emergency. Next, we look further south to the Andes. Let's look closely at Peru. While it has its own complex politics, the day-to-day, street-level reality in the right neighborhoods offers a completely different risk profile than the militarized cartel blockades we just saw in Mexico. Peru is visually and culturally staggering. You have the white city of Arequipa, framed by 3 dramatic volcanoes. You have the ancient mystical allure of Cusco, near Machu Picchu in the Sacred Valley. Or, if you prefer the coast, the highly manicured, cliffside neighborhoods of Miraflores and Barranco and Lima offer world-class gastronomy and sweeping Pacific Ocean views. The economic data coming out of Peru is fascinating, and the cost of daily living routinely beats cities like Mérida or Guadalajara. But Peru isn't the only Andean star. We also have to talk about Ecuador, specifically the city of Cuenca. Tucked high in the Andes, Cuenca is a UNESCO World Heritage Site famous for its gorgeous colonial architecture, incredibly affordable cost of living, delightful climate, and a massive, highly organized expat community. It is the ultimate soft landing micro-location for a retiree looking for community and walkable cobblestone streets without the extreme safety anxieties of northern Mexico. Finally, what if you still want the warm Caribbean lifestyle of Tulum, but you want to avoid the current infrastructural chaos of the Yucatan? The Dominican Republic is essentially right next door, just a quick 2-hour flight from Miami, making the logistics of flying back to see family or to have your grandkids visit you incredibly easy. And while most tourists never leave the mega resorts of Punta Cana, the country actually has thriving, established expat havens. You have the sophisticated, European-influenced beach town of Las Terrenas, the active northern coast around Cabarete and Sosua, and even the historic capital of Santo Domingo, which boasts the oldest colonial zone in the Americas and top-tier hospital systems. In exactly 3 weeks, I'm flying down to the Dominican Republic to put it to the ultimate GeoPension test. The DR has a massive modern infrastructure and a very different security profile than Mexico. But does the day-to-day math actually work for a retiree? We're going to find out. I'll be looking at grocery costs, healthcare access, and neighborhood safety far beyond the all-inclusive resort walls. Retiring abroad requires agility. When the data changes, our plans have to change with it. Now, to put things in perspective, despite the current headlines, Mexico is still the absolute closest and most diverse destination for U.S. and Canadian retirees. It still offers a massive array of charming, highly affordable colonial towns with a range of temperate to tropical climates. But if Mexico's current upheaval is making you nervous, you have fantastic viable options in Panama, Costa Rica, the Andes, and the Caribbean. So, where are you currently looking? Are you sticking with Mexico or are you pivoting south? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want the exact approach I use to assess retirement locations, grab the free GeoPension Framework PDF. It's a 5-step process to shortlist locations and avoid costly mistakes. Just use the QR code on your screen or the link in the description. If you found this content helpful, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Stay safe, do your homework, and I'll see you in the next video.